Stephen A. Smith on the Diamond Factory Hotline. Good morning, Stephen A. How are you?
Did you miss me? What's going on, fellas?
No, you do.
How y'all doing?
You work this reverse psychology.
Yep.
You made our own listeners turn on us, saying, "Why are you so nice? You're supposed to shred him." And you came on, and you were all sweet and charming, and you totally disarmed us.
Hey, listen, first of all, I'm a nice guy. Don't tell anybody. Keep that to yourself. I'm a very nice guy. That's number one. Number two, listen, y'all can try to shed me all y'all want to. Y'all know y'all nervous. You're nervous, ain't you? You know what you've been watching better than me. You know it. You're nervous as hell. And this is the thing that made me laugh, right? So I'm listening to the interview with Jerry talking to y'all, right? And I'm cracking up laughing because I'm like, listen, you got to ask the question. You guys do such a great job. You got to ask the question, and I get that. But you know good and damn well he's lying. Let McCarthy lose this game. You let Mike McCarthy. That's why y'all asked that question, because y'all know what I know. He better not lose this game. Not the way Tampa has looked all year. Not the way they've struggled offensively, how anemic they've been. Not with the stationary target that is the great GOAT 45-year-old quarterback that is Tom Brady. I mean, please. They got loads of pressure. Y'all know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. But Jerry's got to say the right things, and that's what he did. That's why he's Jerry Jones. But he's nervous, too, y'all. Y'all saw his face. Y'all saw his face Sunday night after y'all got smacked around by the Commanders. Y'all saw it. That's why y'all had him on that show asking him those questions, because y'all saw what I saw. So the fans can say whatever they want. They can sit up there and say, go ahead, Stephen A., go ahead, Stephen A. But, damn it, they nervous, too. And, by the way, not only am I coming with Michael Irvin, I'm coming with Troy Aikman, too, and I'm coming with those videos of those Cowboys fans crying last year when San Francisco beat them. I'm coming armed and ready. I can't wait, y'all. Monday in Tampa. Y'all going to be there? Are y'all going to be there?
No, we're going to Arizona for the Super Bowl.
I'll be there.
Really?
Bobby will be there. Yeah, we won't. We're not.
Let me tell you why you ain't going to be there. Because you nervous, too.
Look, we're definitely there's definitely a feeling of nerves in the city. There's no doubt. There's a feeling of nerves. But look, Jerry held on to Garrett way too long, in my opinion. Back-to-back 12-win seasons. I mean, you're so adamant about this. It sounds like you're almost like reporting it versus just giving an opinion.
In all seriousness, fair is fair. I'm not reporting it.
Okay.
If I was reporting it, I would tell you so. Okay. In all seriousness, I'm not. If I was reporting it, I would say sources said blah blah blah. That's not what I'm saying. That's just an opinion. That's all it is. But here's where I truly feel that opinion. Jason Garrett was a Cowboy, man. He was a player. He was a quarterback for the Cowboys, albeit primarily a backup. The guy was an assistant coach. He was the head coach in waiting. If I remember correctly, he damn near was getting paid as much as Wade Phillips was when he was a coordinator as the head coach in waiting. That was a different relationship. He might like Mike McCarthy, okay, and I get that. But McCarthy was in Green Bay all of those years. He won a Super Bowl. He was taking them to the playoffs. He was beating up on the Cowboys from time to time. That ain't the same kind of relationship that existed with Jason Garrett and Jerry Jones. So I don't want to hear that either. This is different. That man got to produce. And, oh, by the way, Jerry was considerably younger than my Libra brother. My Libra brother. He was considerably younger than. He's 80 now, y'all. Clock's ticking. Yeah. I haven't said that. Jerry said that.
True.
Time's running out. And if you can't get it done, well, guess what? Dan Quinn got him to a Super Bowl, got a team to a Super Bowl before. Yeah, he blew a 25-point lead in the second half against Tom Brady, but he's gone to the Super Bowl before. He's shown that he could be a head coach. He definitely, not the last few weeks, but for the most part, got the defense looking better. He's a viable head coaching candidate in the eyes of the league, so other teams are going to interview him and what have you. This is why he stayed. So he's a prime candidate for the job. Sean Payton, maybe you could convince him not to take the job in L.A. with the Chargers if Brandon Staley wets the bed. Maybe you can convince him to come to Dallas. I don't know. But I do know this. After the way the playoffs ended last year, with y'all not being able to get off a damn play in the last 13 seconds, and a week later, watch the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes march the team downfield and put them in field goal range to push the game into overtime in the same 13 or 14 seconds. with that fallback and the way the penalties played y'all last year, to come into this year, to end the season losing to a third-string quarterback with your starters on the field, and then you go into Tampa with the way Todd Bowles and this team has looked throughout the season, and you gonna lose to them? Oh, hell no! I can't believe that Mike McCarthy will keep his job if they lose this game.
Stephen A. Smith, join us here, 105 through the Fan. You seem very confident. Do you care to make it interesting?
What do you mean interesting? What are you implying?
I'm implying. I think you know what I'm implying. I'm implying a little bit of a friendly wager between the.
Oh, okay. I'm listening. Give it to me.
Okay.
Let me see if I'm interested in this.
All right. Let's do this. Okay. So, you believe that Mike McCarthy will be fired if they lose. If Mike McCarthy is in fact fired, Sean and I and Bobby will treat you to any
and Michael
Urban to any dinner you want in Phoenix at the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But if he's not fired,
any dinner you want, price will not be an issue. Unless
it's an issue. Price won't be an issue unless it's an issue.
First of all, you don't have to worry about the money. I want to. It's not even about the money. It's the fact that faces and voices of Dallas would have to humble themselves to treat me to dinner. That's good enough for me. So go ahead.
All right, we know Mike ain't paying.
We know.
I'm gonna figure out a way to take his money.
All right,
just
now
leave it up to me.
If Mike McCarthy loses and he's not fired, then I think it's only fair that Sean and I and Bobby get to come on First Take for a couple of minutes at the Super Bowl.
No, you know what? I got to think about that. I don't know if y'all would be worthy to come on.
Oh, damn!
If he wins and they get to the Super Bowl, well, you know what? Then that's a different animal.
Okay.
All right, that's a different animal. Now, even though I'm the executive producer of the show now,
Whoa.
I still I was named executive producer of First Take this season, guys. But in all seriousness, I would tell you that I would have to talk to the bosses about that because I don't have carte blanche the way people think. Okay, I do have bosses. But if they make it to the Super Bowl, I have to say I would have to humble myself to all of Dallas. I would have to humble myself to all of Dallas. I would have to try to capitulate to most requests that are being made. But let me just say this. I'm really not concerned about that at all. I'm not concerned about that.
Sounds like a deal.
I'm not concerned about having to lose that bet. Because listen, there's no way y'all are going to the Super Bowl because you just don't have it. You just don't have it. But you should win this Tampa Bay game. You're the better team. I just think that if you're going to lose to Sam Howell, going up against Tom Brady, knowing the pressure that is on y'all, y'all have crumbled beneath the pressure on many, many occasions in recent history. And I just suspect it's going to happen again.
So you don't think it's anything Tampa does. You expect the Cowboys to lose because of the Cowboys.
Oh, absolutely. Did I stutter? I'm sorry. Did I give you the impression that Tampa was going to be the better team? No. I'm expecting an implosion. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting an implosion. I'm expecting them to fold beneath the bright lights and the pressure. That's what I'm expecting. If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were better, I would give y'all a better chance. It's the fact that Tampa Bay is not that great this year, and people are not expecting much of them. We clearly know the Dallas Cowboys are the better team. They're favored to win this game, and I'm looking at it from that perspective, and I'm saying this is exactly the kind of game they'll fold. This is exactly the kind of circumstances that they will fold under. It's what they do. It's what they do. And I anticipate that will happen again. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I'm not in any way saying that the Dallas Cowboys are inferior to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And, oh, by the way, for the state of Texas, I got news for you. It's not like I'm in the strongest position in the world. I went the Cinderella route with TCU for crying out loud because I got tired of picking the SEC. And look how that turned out with one of the most embarrassing picks of my career. All of that is true. But when everything else fails, those Dallas Cowboys never let me down. Just be patient. Somehow, some way, they'll find a way. And I've said it on many occasions, and I want you to know that because I tried to tell everybody last year they were raving about the Cowboys en route to a 12-win season. Who went on the air and said they wouldn't even win a playoff game? Weeks in advance. That's what I said. This year, I kind of suspected they would win a playoff game until I learned they would be going up against Tom Brady. And that's when everything changed. And I said, this falls right in line. It's beautiful. And that's what I anticipate, my man. It's coming. Just wait. Just wait.
Stephen A., your boy Dan Orlovsky.
He's overtaken you as the number one villain in Dallas, by the way.
He put Dak.
Is he?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He put Dak 12 out of 14 among quarterbacks of the postseason. Now, come on. That's disrespectful, right? Is he trolling us? Is he just trolling us here?
Okay. Well, let's analyze that. Let's pause for a second here. Let's think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we got Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
We've got Dak Prescott. We got Daniel Jones. I wouldn't put Daniel Jones ahead of Dak Prescott.
Thank you.
Then we got Kirk Cousins. I wouldn't put this year I would put him ahead of Dak Prescott because he's had a better year as far as I'm concerned, even though I'm no fan of Kirk Cousins and Dallas blitzed him 40-3. Okay. But we can't just put Dak ahead of him right now, not with the way Dak's been playing as of late. Okay. So we go to
you want us to give you his list?
Please go ahead.
Okay.
He had obviously the only two behind him were Skylar Thompson and Brock Purdy. Everybody else is ahead of him.
Yeah, so he had, in order, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady, Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins ahead of Dak.
No, I would not put Daniel Jones nor Geno Smith ahead of Dak Prescott, even though Geno Smith statistically has thrown for over 4,000 yards and he's had a breakout season. I wouldn't put him ahead of Dak Prescott. I wouldn't put Daniel Jones ahead of Dak Prescott. But I got to admit, based on the way Dak has looked with these interceptions, y'all are not in a strong position to be arguing on behalf of Dak Prescott.
It's true.
You do understand that. You're not in that position. Dak's got to step up. And see, to me, it's like this. In all seriousness, man, I got a lot of respect for Dak Prescott, and I'm happy that he got his money. He's the face of the franchise, even though I think Micah Parsons is your best player. I'm of the mindset where Dak Prescott, one of the things that throws me off about people, I'm mindful of those guys, y'all, that always say the right things. You know, they're the quintessential leader at the microphone. But on the field, they leave something out there. Derek Carr is a perfect example. After John Gruden got let go last year by the Raiders because of his whole brouhaha, Derek Carr was the perfect face for the franchise.
Yeah.
Said all the right things, the right temperament, galvanized the troops under Bisaccia. I mean, did a good job quarterbacking the team, got them to the playoffs before they lost to Cincinnati. We saw all of this, right? But the reality is that when he decided that he was going to give his goodbyes to the Raiders faithful Raider Nation yesterday, I mean, everybody acted like it was a big deal. You've been there 9 years, man. You ain't win one playoff game. Let's pump the brakes and put stuff in its proper perspective. You all right? You a decent player, but we ain't throwing funerals and writing epitaphs because, oh my God, Derek Carr is gone. That's just a fact. Because what have you really done? Dak Prescott better be careful because he's getting to that point. We have to look at him and we have to say, we know that he's better. He's had some moments. He's won a playoff game, etc. But the fact of the matter is, you're the face. You're one of the preeminent faces for America's team. Franchise worth $7-8 billion. You got the most popular owner in the sport, if not the sports world. You play at $1 billion playpen, one of the greatest stadiums ever built. We'll be talking about that the way we talk about Roman Coliseum when we're all long and gone. All of this stuff is going on, the stars on the helmet, the best cheerleaders on the planet, and all of this other stuff. But you going home every year. You ain't even making it to a conference championship game. At some point in time, we're going to look at Dak Prescott that way if he ain't careful. particularly if he continue to play the way he's been playing with these damn interceptions. You got to cut down on those mistakes. See, Micah Parsons, we know he's going to show up. Let's not act like we don't know what. I don't give a damn that he ain't had sacked the last couple of games. Or this is Micah Parsons we talking about. That brother going to show up. Trayvon Diggs, I believe in that brother. He going to show up. Hell, DeMarcus Lawrence got to up his game, but I believe in him. I believe whether it's Ezekiel Elliott or Tony Pollard, one of them going to show up. CeeDee Lamb ain't a scrub. What you going to do, Dak Prescott? You the face of the fan. What you going to do? At some point in time, we got to stop getting caught up. Because, first of all, I've said this about him. And it's not an insult. It's just reality. He is one press conference I never listen to. I don't give a damn what Dak Prescott has to say. Give me Dak Prescott from 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago. Yo, y'all, he says the same stuff. He ain't saying nothing compelling, nothing interesting, nothing controversial, nothing earth-shattering, nothing that makes you raise your eyebrow and say, whoa, okay, what's he saying here? Nothing intriguing, nothing. The dude is the safest interview on the planet. He going to say all the right things. Okay, fine. So what you going to do? You got to win, man. You got to win because you're talented enough to win. We understand you've been through a lot. We respect the hell out of you. I respect him as a man. I respect his talent. I respect his leadership capabilities. But you got to perform. And your performance is the one thing that has been lacking. He is on the verge of being Derek Carr, a really good quarterback who's flagrantly not great, devoid of the resume that even tinkers on greatness. That's Dak Prescott until further notice.
Last one for you here, Stephen A. We're all terrified of losing Luka Doncic in this city because Mark Cuban just has not done enough to put a good supporting cast around him. How mad should we be here in Dallas at Mark Cuban for what he's built around Luka?
I wouldn't say mad. What I would say is you have a right to get mad eventually. You don't have to be there yet. I would remind y'all were just in the Western Conference Finals. That's more than you had done since 2011.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. And so when you take that into consideration, respect that. You have a superstar in Luka Doncic. He didn't just fall in your lap. You had to do a swap with Atlanta in order to get him. You pulled that off from an organizational perspective. Respect that. You have Jason Kidd, who I think is a phenomenal basketball coach. Nico Harrison, I think, had a lot of potential as an executive, connections, et cetera, et cetera. All right? And I was a fan of Rick Carlisle, and I've known Rick Carlisle personally for over 20 years. He's a friend. I would tell you this. What you have is unacceptable if you stand pat. Now, I'm going to break news here because people in Dallas have never heard me say this before. You got a phenomenal fan base. You got a phenomenal city. I actually love Dallas, Texas. I've actually thought about relocating to Dallas.
Whoa! A cowboy hat.
I have. No, that'll never happen. That'll never happen. I'll be. But you see, people try to act like they hate me, but they really love me. They love me in Dallas. They try to act like they don't, but they love me. It's all right. Booze are a form of love, y'all. Trust me on this. Booze are a form of love. But here's the deal. Great city, great fan base. The fact of the matter is, I love me some Mark Cuban as well. He's got to do better. There is no excuse not to have more talent on your squad in that city. I'm talking about that you've acquired in free agency. Christian Wood is a good pickup. He's not a scrub. Spencer Dinwiddie is not a scrub. Good game last night from him, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Luka is just a superstar. But the reality of the situation is he's a one-man wrecking crew. They got to do better, man. And if you were in Utah or someplace like that, I get it because cats ain't trying to come there. But you think about that city, the appeal and the allure of the city of Dallas, Texas. You combine that with there being no state income tax in the state of Texas. Trust me, players know about this stuff, all right? And then the fact that you got Luka Doncic. There is absolutely positively no excuse for this roster not to be buffered. Mark Cuban is a relatable individual, very brilliant, very smart, connected. A lot of guys get along with him. He's at a lot of the games. Guess what? When you going to cultivate these relationships and make sure it manufactures into you buffering that roster? Because this is not good enough to win a championship. And we all know this. And so I definitely think that you're right in bringing that up. I would say to you, appreciate the fact that y'all are fresh off a Western Conference Finals appearance. Appreciate the fact that you got a star in Luka Doncic, or a superstar in Luka Doncic, and a phenomenal coach in Jason Kidd that should be there for years to come. But you got to give Jason Kidd more to work with, because this ain't enough. And I'm looking at Nico Harrison and I'm looking at Mark Cuban to pull that off, because they have to. It's a fair question, and I have no problem with y'all bringing that up, because it's the right thing to do. You got a star like Luka Doncic. He got to get more help.
The Tolos are hating that they're all loving his Dak, his Dak opinion. You're a man of your word. First take in Tampa. Come up with another pinky intro that blew up the internet.
You liked it?
It was good. That was good. That was good. Pick out your restaurant, and we'll pick out our segment.
But you do it. Here's all I'm asking y'all to do. Just tell the Cowboys fans, don't be scared. I'll be in Dallas. I'll be in Tampa. Y'all can come to Tampa. Don't be scared. Show up. See, the Tampa faithful go show up. We gonna have a packed house, okay? I mean, me and the playmaker and the crew, we gonna have a packed house. But see, I want Cowboy fans there. Don't hide. Don't hide now. Y'all been chirping and talking all of this time. Don't hide now. Come on to Tampa at the convention center. You know, it's free. You could get in. I mean, and wear your Dallas Cowboys paraphernalia. I want to wear your jerseys and all that. I want to know who you are. I don't want you hiding. I don't want you hiding. All of y'all that were crying, all of y'all that were depressed last year, that's been chirping this year, you know we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. You know we're going to win the Super Bowl. Show up. Show up. I dare you, because I got something for them. I can't wait for them to come. I really, really can't. I got something for them. I am waiting, fellas. I am waiting.
Thank you for the time. As always, we'll see you on TV in 15 minutes. Appreciate it, Stephen A.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, fellas. Take care.